Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Big day today. Sorry it's been a while since I've posted. Just waiting on parts, waiting on things to be finished. As far as the Lamborghini goes, we got parts. They're finally here, so let's get to that. Today, we are going to be installing this. Hold on, wait. This new HMD titanium exhaust on the Lamborghini Huracan. I'm excited, can't wait. This is the one thing that this car has really been missing. It does sound good with the sport exhaust that's on it. I love the pops and bangs, the burbles, everything that comes along with it. However, it's just not quite rowdy enough, not quite loud enough, and I got some questions for you guys to go over in this video on how far we should take this car. But for now, let's have a look at this beautiful HMD titanium exhaust, and you guessed it, straight out of China, just like the body kit, just like this forged carbon fiber wing that's holding up absolutely fantastic. Side skirts, same thing, still looking absolutely great. Can't complain whatsoever. Now let's have a look at this titanium, chinesium, whatever you want to call it. People have complained about, the knockoffs and the weld quality and the material quality, but honestly, looking at this, it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the coloring. You can see the weld here. Not terrible. And all these welds, better than I could do, I'll put it that way. Everything's been shaved down really nicely. I did go with the one with the valves, so that way we can still quiet it down when we need to, but I'm really hoping, in comparison, this thing's gonna be much louder, much more aggressive sounding. But for what it is, man, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Some of these welds aren't the greatest, for sure. But all in all, what a thing of beauty. We'll get a decibel reading on cold start for this, and then we'll give it some revs, figure out what the decibel is at max rev in Corsa mode with the valves open, and then once we put the new exhaust on, then we can see the difference before and after as far as sound quality goes and as far as decibels go and loudness. And the other thing we're gonna do is check the weight of this compared to the factory exhaust, which is absolutely massive. So, this is definitely gonna be lighter. For one, it's titanium. For two, it's half the size, but it's definitely not the lightest exhaust you can go with. There are much, much lighter versions that are basically just straight pipe out the back, one little hook in it, and that's it. No valves, no options, no nothing, no muffler, nothing. Where I got all of the options, so it's definitely not the lightest solution, but it's definitely gonna be louder and lighter, better looking. It's some seriously beautiful jewelry. I don't know, should we even bother putting the bumper back on when we're done, or should we just show this thing off? We'll have to get into that. Let's get this thing apart. First things first, I just hopped on the scale myself and then hopped on again with the exhaust in my arms, and I did it 2-3 times just to double check, make sure everything is correct. And turns out this exhaust weighs 23.4 pounds. Like I said, not the most light version exhaust you can get, but for all of the stuff going on, the fact that you have multiple pipes, you have a crossover, you got your valves, you got a muffler in the back, and with the tips on it and everything, I'd still say that 23.4 pounds is pretty damn light. So let's get everything apart, get this one off, we'll give it a weight, but first, cold start. So she's idled down now. I tested it with the decimal meter. It was roughly 105 average. Here's the screenshot from 6 feet back. Tested it again right at the back, right at the pipes, and it was like 109 on cold start at idle. So now I'm gonna rev it up so you can hear what it sounds like when we're revving it in Corsa mode, because that's what it's all about, making this thing loud and sound good. It sounds unbelievably good. The crackles, the bangs, everything is super nice sounding with this. when you're really getting on it, but as it's just idling like it is now, it needs more. So let's see what that registered on the decibel meter. 115.9, that's what that registered. Full rev, revved right out, multiple times, getting the pops and bangs. 115.9, that's really good for a stock exhaust, but I just need a little bit more at idle and little blips of throttle so you can really catch people's attention all the time, just so it sounds good all the time. And then run into a police officer or something that doesn't like it, boop, flip the switch, close the valves, quiet it down. Let's take this thing for a cruise so we can hear what it sounds like this one last time. So from inside, Corsa mode, definitely not overly impressive with the noise. Window open. Now, sounds good. The pops are great. And that's at like 3,000 to 4,000 RPM, where it pops the best. So if we can at least get it back to this level with the valves in, it does sound really good. However, yeah, this is about as quiet as I'd ever want it to be, even in quiet mode. So if we can close the valves and get back down to this level, then that'll work for me, but I want it to be much louder when those valves are open. Get that titanium just screaming, get this V10 noise out into the atmosphere like it needs to be and wants to be, and see if we notice any power difference either. Now that the exhaust is good and hot, get her in the shop and burn our hands off trying to remove it. Now, the thing we haven't touched on yet is what I paid for this thing versus what a name brand, I should say, popular brand exhaust cost. This thing, for the best version of itself, there was cheaper options with the stainless and with not having valves and whatnot. But this is like kind of the top tier of the HMD exhaust anyway, off of AliExpress, just like everything else. Kind of skipping the middleman. They are more money on eBay and online and stuff, but on AliExpress it was the best deal, and I think it was just over $2,000 with shipping and everything. I think it was 17 and change Canadian before shipping and all that, and it was like 21 or whatever after shipping. A little bit of a process, took some time, but they ended up shipping it out with FedEx, which was great. And in comparison to some of these name brand ones that run anywhere from $7,000 to $12,000, it is a steal of a deal and looks very similar to, say, like the Rift one for much, much cheaper. And I like it better than the Fab Speed one. So we'll see how it holds up over time, and we'll see what it sounds like in comparison. But I have really high hopes. It looks fantastic. Hopefully everything fits, and yeah, only time will tell. Let's get this thing on the lift. Oh boy. In the old hell soul.
What's up?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, he's running good.
Wake up the neighborhood. Another dirt bike radiator.
Yep, dirt bike radiator number 2 in this one.
Nice. Fat pipe, dude. It's crazy.
So we got
It's looking way different.
We got 500 cc's of methanol now. Coil unplugged. I changed the intercooler pipes, so they're 5/8 tubes instead of 1 1/8. So more flow, more methanol. Built trans, so it's got drag race 1st through 4th and a long 5th. And then bigger collector on the header.
Yeah, it's definitely looking different than last year, and it was lots of fun last year.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's got a better oil feed line now to the head, everything. Dual radiators, upgraded that one.
Who's gonna win?
Yeah.
It's
It's gonna be close.
gonna hurt my feelings if I lose.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh man, this thing is so sick, dude.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Chinesium alloy.
It's good. Yeah, that's nice.
23.4 pounds.
It's nothing.
We'll see what this one weighs. I think it's like 70 or 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get the inner fenders out. All the carbon plastics for inside. Rear grille. And working on getting the bumper off. 10 mil inside the wheel well. And then your T30 Torx along here and here. Electrical plug from there to there. That'll attach to the bumper. You can see the valve actuators here. The vacuum line that will have to connect to the new one. And then a bunch more Torx underneath the skid plate. And then it should start coming free real soon. Oh man. So much stuff has to come off. Heat shields underneath the taillights, crash bar, bumper support bracket, all of that. Air boxes. And then you got two big bolts that hold it on there. And one up there. There. And there. And same on the other side. And then your V-bands inside there. And this whole works should come off as one unit. Why is mine huge? There it is. Oh, way. What a tank. This is insane.
That's fucked.
This is where she ends. We gotta try and hold this up and get a weigh in? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's like 150 pounds.
Holy, she's off. She's naked back here. Look at all the room for activities now.
So like
The
this.
question is do we want to get down in there and try to punch all that cap material out of there rather than removing the header? It's all, you can see the honeycomb right fucking there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'll shoot flames without it though.
Yeah.
But she'll stink and be so obnoxiously loud with it. Gone.
I think it's an easy answer.
What, punch it out?
Yeah. I would just be concerned about the engine light, check engine lights.
Yeah, I might have to put a O2 fooler in or something.
Yeah, like do we know if
Or we could do a tune.
do we know if that would be a limp mode situation?
There's not a whole lot of information on the old interwebs about doing this dirty.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you figure? Do we remove it, punch it all out, or keep it how it is? Let me know.
And this is 20, so we're saving.
Yeah, 79 pounds is what that weighed in at. Or it's like 79.6, call it 80 pounds versus 23.4 all in. So yeah, roughly a 60 pound weight savings. Well, let's rest that on there and see what she looks like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Something. Or just leave it just like that and have flames shooting left and right out the back, bumperless.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that looks so nasty.
And they're flanged V-bands, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm. So it should hold it temporarily while we get these side bolts in. Starting to look like something. Now, we're gonna do a test start and decide whether or not we want to punch these cats out or not. Let's see how loud this is. First start up, test start. Here we go. No more cigarette butts in the airbox?
Nope.
Yeah. Italian surprises from 2015. Or German, I guess. Whatever. So we removed the exhaust again after the test run. Decided not to gut the cats yet unless you guys changed my mind. And then we had to put the heat shield back on. Sucks to hide all this jewelry, but don't want my car to burn down either. It's a bit of a pain, and then we rerouted the vacuum lines for the valves since they were over here before. Basically just removed the hard line, ran soft line up on the outside of the heat shield underneath here, and then we used some of the existing heat shielding that was on the vacuum line there to go through and to the inside to the actuator. So what was beautiful is now hidden for the most part. We're getting somewhere. Should be back together soon. Getting somewhere now. Bumper's back on, heat shields, air boxes. And we just got the wing, deck lid, grill, and interior bits. Skid plates on. The only really downfall so far we found to this Alibaba special is the pipes into here aren't the most perfect fitment, but you can't really even see them in there. This side especially, can't see, but it's not square. Not the right angle of the dangle, but she'll work just fine. Couple more bits, fire it up, go for a drive.
Yeah.
2 guys, 6 hours. And yeah, first time for it. Definitely doable. Lots of Torx bolts, lots of little things and steps and orders of operation to remember, but we're getting her now. Time for the wheels and fire up and test the decibels.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It was
ready to
maxed
go.
out at 109 or 115, I think, before.
Yeah.
So we'll see what it gets to afterwards.
120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
That's what.
All right, official first cold start complete. Give it a rev again.
Yeah.
We're about 115 max rev. Now it's kind of like a warm idle. It's not really a true cold start, but it definitely barks. Yep. Yeah, that sounds good. Now let's go see what it's like under load. Still cold. Well, I don't honestly find it that much louder.
No.
No. The pops are a little louder, the crack is a little crisper. I don't know. It's just warmed up now. Yeah.
They're louder.
I don't honestly hear much difference, to be fair.
No.
No, which is,
Not a big difference.
I think that's the definitive answer, that the cat's gotta go.
The cat's gotta go. Yeah.
That sucks. All that work. Oh, that was definitely more of an aggressive snap, crackle, and pop there for sure. But it's not obnoxious.
No.
Yeah. Maybe it's just really insulated in here, but I'm not hearing it.
Maybe. definitely got some more bark to it, but
Yeah, it's got a little more bark, and the pops are
crisper.
crisper. That's a good word for it, is crisp.
Yeah. It's definitely picked up
a few ponies.
picked up some ponies. That's for sure.
Yeah, okay, the pops are definitely more
They're definitely
aggressive, 'cause
a lot
that was
louder.
like how it was before, was that last one. But
They were
when they really snap off, they're
They're-
loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they weren't near as loud before, so I'd say all in all, good improvement.
Oh, definitely an improvement, but I definitely feel we gotta gut those cats and really get this thing opened up, because I think it can use more. I guess that's that. Tried disconnecting the vacuum actuators and it didn't really seem to make much of a difference in the sound at all. So I think you should stick around till the next video, because we're probably gonna tear this thing apart again and gut those cats and get a proper tune and shoot some flames, because right now it is loud, but it is not the obnoxious loud that I want it to be. Okay, so it's been a couple days, got the exhaust all installed and everything, I'm driving it around, and honestly, it is definitely louder. At first, I didn't think it was a whole lot better, but that's from inside the cab. But from outside, it's certainly louder now that it's kind of broken in and everything. So we'll get a proper cold start now. It hasn't been started in a few days, and yeah, we'll get a proper cold start to really compare. And then we're gonna close this video out by going out and getting some rollers so you can hear what it's like from the outside, get some really crisp shots, and really hear what this thing has to offer. But definitely the pops and bangs, everything's a lot crisper. I really do like the sound, but we're still gonna have to up this game one more time, gut those cats, get a tune, high flow intakes, and really get this thing shooting some flames and get it ear-piercingly loud. But if you're thinking about buying this exhaust, don't hesitate. It's fantastic for the money. You can't beat it. So much louder. Yeah, crazy. Now we're gonna go out and get some rollers. The decibel meter, I think, maxes out at 115, because it doesn't really seem to be a whole lot different what it's registering now from before, but it is certainly louder now. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you can hear for yourself. Watch this. Definitely sounds real good. The downshifts, just listen to it. Yeah, so much crisper.
I can feel the heat from over here.
Fantastic. Stick around for the next video when we gut this thing even more. I've let this thing cool down. She is hot.